To the border now, and there are more shocking scenes emerging there. Take a look here at this video in Edwards County. This is Texas. Illegal migrants crossing into the U.S., trespassing as they do most frequently. But this is a private ranch. Migrants here cutting through fences, and you see here they're attempting to break into a home here. This is the scene playing out on the border every day. The people there living there will tell you this, but the White House is still saying the border is secure, although video here does show another story. We reported this week about Texas adding some additional protection to the border. This is what they're resorting to: barbed wire barriers and shipping containers to try and slow what is this daily surge of illegals from entering. November border encounter numbers by the CBP are not helping the situation because more than 233,000 migrants were apprehended along the southern border, fueling this national security emergency. And of course, this week, Title 42 was left to stay because of the nation's highest court. Joining us to discuss this crisis on the border is retired Air Force Special Operations Commander and Defense Intelligence Technology Innovator, Major Glenn Ignazio. Major, good to have you in with us today. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Good to be back with you.
It's great to have you here. Obviously, a big move allowing Title 42 to remain in place, a loss for the Biden administration, sir. But, there will be a time when this will come up again, and unfortunately many people say there is absolutely no plan by this administration to prevent a surge. What is your biggest concern? We just showed a little bit of video here, but that's just a fraction of what's happening on our border, as you know.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, of the 2.3 million encounters here in 2022, approximately just a little over 1 million was turned over and turned away from the United States due to Title 42. So that's almost 50%. So the idea that when Title 42 is suspended, and that's a real big trigger for people to head to the Mexican border. So, some people say it may not be so many turned away from the United States border because we go back to the normal way it was before COVID. But the thing is that it indicates a huge, huge percentage of people that say, here, come to the United States, it's not going to be as restricted. That's the problem that is being seen. And you can see the caravans coming out of Central America because of that.
Yeah, and they're there and they're ready. We've seen in El Paso, unfortunately, the humanitarian crisis. And, no one wants to see mothers, children's babies sleeping out in, 30-degree sub-zero temperatures. I guess when, you have a Democratic mayor there who was pressured not to, raise alarms here. Finally, it got so bad in El Paso that they're saying, forget it. We have to get these people shelter. I mean, this is happening as the president is in St. Croix, as we just showed. It does seem like there is a lack of not only just a dereliction of duty, but just, the heart here as we're looking at people who are suffering and they think they can come into this country.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I try to strip the emotions from it because a lot of people play into that as like, hey, you see people that are in dire straits come to the United States. And when you see the emotions, it is very difficult to say, hey, don't come in. But the issue is it is breaking the law, and our country is completely wide open. The borders are wide open. And I mean, I'm in Arizona myself. And when the president visited, he didn't even go to the border, and he was only about a 45-minute drive away. So it really lends to question is what is going on? Why is this being ignored? And why isn't this on the forefront of what is happening in the United States? Not alone the immigrant issue, fentanyl is the #1 killer of Americans, and the southern border is the #1 place where it comes over. So it's not just one issue, it's two issues, and that is a direct threat of the national security of the United States. It's not just Mexicans coming over. These are people from all over the world, and there's a tremendous amount of terrorists on the watch list that have been captured in the last year. It's a no-brainer for anybody that's seeing this except for Washington, and that is bothersome for many of us.
It sure is. The fentanyl alone, I mean, when the DEA says they've seized enough that it could kill every single American and, eyes aren't, opened. What is it going to take, sir? You just mentioned a great point. It's not just Mexicans. It's not just Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, Cubans. I mean, Russian immigrants were claiming asylum this week in the United States. Had some numbers here just want to share with the viewers. More than 30,000 fleeing Putin's war in Ukraine have arrived since, late February. But just in October, November, 12,000 Russian people fleeing the war coming here. So again, it's become a place where they're saying the word is out. Come here. There was a Moldovan person reporting that we were told the border's open. So the word has traveled not just in South America.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, this is the thing. You know, people are escaping Ukraine from the war. Been there. It is horrific. We allowed 100,000 asylum seekers to be able to apply and come to the United States, but there's still some crossing illegally. A lot of Russians, because Russia did the call up of males to be able to go to fight in Ukraine, people escaped there. But you're absolutely right. When you have people traveling thousands of miles across the Atlantic Ocean to come to the United States and cross illegally, that is an indicator that, hey, the border is open. And I mean, it is spreading. So that is the issue that's currently being faced. And you're seeing a 170% increase from countries like Venezuela, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Haiti alone in 2022. So this is a big problem. And again, I believe it's a national security issue because you're seeing tremendous amount of people from a variety of different countries come in illegally with unknown backgrounds.
And real quick, we just have about 30 seconds, but another threat to our border is, you know, they worry about COVID within our country. Yesterday, the government said they will try to, you know, curb from China by travelers having to have that negative COVID test. But Major, they're not doing it until January 5th. So if it's that important, why not do it now?
Your point is valid. I completely agree. I don't understand is every time a decision is made, instead of it being executed immediately, it's put off. And I think execution is a big problem that we've seen with this administration, regardless of what it is. You saw it from the Afghanistan debacle. You see it present day with our borders, and you see it present day with the COVID situation. So yes, January 5th, how many people are going to be able to come in and how many people could be infected from the increase of COVID in China? Does not make sense. I completely agree with you.
Hard to execute when you're in Delaware or St. Croix, apparently. Great to have you in. Fabulous insight. Thank you so much, national security expert Major Glenn Ignazio. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Take care of yourself. Have a good New Year.
Thank you. You too, sir.